Most people assume morality is proof of goodness, but I do not. For me, morality often reveals something much less flattering. Morality is not virtue, but fear. Morality is not wisdom, but self-preservation. And morality is not compassion, but anxiety wearing respectable clothes. When I say that most moral people are just afraid, I'm not saying that kindness is fake or that every good action is dishonest. I'm saying something much more deeper. I'm saying that if you patiently remove every layer of social approval, religious promises, family expectation, guilt and punishment, you will discover that what remains is far smaller than we imagine. The frightening question is not whether people behave morally. The frightening question is whether they would continue to behave morally if nothing happened to them for doing otherwise. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? For me, this is where morality begins to look less like a lighthouse and more like a security camera. Imagine walking through a supermarket. There are cameras everywhere. You do not steal. Does that prove you are a honest person? Perhaps. But imagine every camera suddenly disappeared. Every employee vanished. Every alarm stops working. Nobody will ever know what you do there, right? Now, your decision reveals something entirely different. The external pressure has vanished, but only your internal world remains there. And that's where your character too remains. Life is remarkably similar. Most of what we call morality exists under observation. You see, society is one enormous surveillance system. Even when nobody is watching, we imagine invisible eyes watching us, like gods, goddesses, merit, sin, heaven, hell, and all those things. Well, you see, the strangest thing is that fear does not always look frightened. Sometimes fear smiles, sometimes fear donates money, sometimes fear volunteers, sometimes fear speaks politely, sometimes fear says, I could never do such a thing. But beneath that polished sentence is another one. I am terrified of becoming the kind of person who does such a thing. There is a profound difference. For me, morality often looks like a castle built around terror. The walls are beautiful, the architecture is impressive, but the entire structure exists because something inside is frightened. Right? People often say that they are good because they respect laws. That is absolute narrow-minded stuff. Because laws themselves reveal humanity's distrust of itself. We do not create laws for actions nobody wants to commit. We create laws precisely because those possibilities already exist within us. Laws are invented because thieves exist. Contracts because promises fail. Courts because justice does not emerge naturally. Civilization quietly admits something that individuals rarely admit. Human beings cannot trust themselves completely. And those who trust have often ended with disappointments. You see, consider a child. We put children on the pedestal, right? We consider them as the purest form of creation. But a child does not naturally understand fairness. A child grabs the large piece of cake, interprets the conversations, lies to avoid punishments, claims ownership over toys belonging to others, and we spend nearly 2 decades teaching the child morality. Here is the fascinating thing. Very little of that education begins with philosophical truth. It begins with consequences. If you lie, you will be punished. If you hit someone, you will lose your privilege. If you steal, you must return it. If you are rude, nobody will like you. So fear arrives before ethics. Punishment arrives before understanding. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? We are all absolute narrow-minded people. And now, enough with the entertainment. Now coming to the main message. You are not fear nor the one who is being afraid. You are not the child, you are not the privileged one. You are not the consequences, you are not philosophy, you are not any of those things that I just mentioned. You are the absolute unblemished self-aware reality on which the entire drama of existence is happening. You see, turn your mind within and see this truth for yourself. Once you understand that you are the truth and you are the self-aware reality, body and mind will simply perform their duties or simply perform whatever they have got to do, and things will move on naturally. It is because you think yourself to be the body and mind, you get into troubles of not having peace, of feeling bad and sad and things like that. See that you are the awareness and be done with this drama. How long are we all going to follow people? How long are we going to listen to people like me or people like anyone else? Things are not going to work out like that. Only when you turn your mind within and see things for yourself, you will understand the truth. The actual truth is that there is nothing to speak, nothing to be done. This is the actual reality. However, people will not believe this. Therefore, they have to follow. Therefore, they think they have to visit ashrams, follow spirituality in order to understand the truth. That is so narrow-minded. That is like a wave saying, only if I follow a wave, I will become ocean. Are you seeing how stupid is that? Or like a fire saying, I need to practice meditation in order to produce heat. When people ask me, Ashwin, give me a method, I only ask them a question. What method does a fire need to produce heat? Or what meditation technique should a wave practice to become ocean? Or what enormous, unwanted, pathetic sadhana does a woman needs to do for becoming a woman? So don't be narrow-minded following people and simply blindly going like sheeps. See that you are the self-aware reality and you will laugh at all that you have done, because once you see who you actually are, you will see that spirituality is nothing but a coin fallen down on the roads of your kingdom. That much power you are holding on actually. But you do not wish to see that, because you think spiritual experiences, gurus and having visions are greatest things. Those are all just candies. Those are all like eating chocolates. You are beyond spirituality, beyond all those pathetic drama. Turn your mind within, see things for yourself. It is highly important that you understand this. The world does not need followers. This world needs awakened individuals doing their day-to-day life. Ultimately, I will conclude my speech by saying that follow the message, not the messenger. You are the self-aware reality, which is the substratum of all, whether you like it or not or believe it or not. Thank you.